can I say one thing, if you don't mind, and that is about Peter Cooper. One of the things about Cooper, another dear friend we lost this last year, Peter, of course, was a journalist, was an intellectual, I would say, but he was a songwriter. I mean, I think he started out, he probably did both growing up, but to be the best kind of journalist and write about songwriters, he felt like he should try to write songs. You know, I mean, that's how you get inside. If you're a journalist, that's one way to get inside what it is to be a songwriter. Like, how's he going to interview Guy Clark and he doesn't know how to write a song? I'm talking about Peter. And so Peter was just, speaking of wisdom, he was smart like that. But what happened is he could write good songs. And because, you know, he's poetic, he's smart, he's got a great vocabulary, and he wrote terrific songs. But I was going to say that he was a journalist here for the Tennessean, and then he worked at the Hall of Fame. And here's the thing I'll say about Peter. He championed people. And I use that as a verb. I don't care about champions. I'm talking about the verb to champion. He championed people. When you'd be with him in a room, he would say, "Do you know so-and-so? Let me introduce you." And you know how people will introduce you to someone and then they'll wait so they can do the puppet thing, you know, or they'll wait so they can kind of go, "See, I did good." He would introduce you to somebody and you start talking to that person and then turn around and Peter's gone. And you look over across the room, he's introducing two other people that don't know each other. Championing people. He championed me. And so that's the rest of my life, is thinking about championing people like these. So I'm not wearing the hat by accident, you know. That's my Peter. And he was serious about songwriting. I was just sitting at a bar like I used to do way too much. And he came in and he goes, he said, "What's up?" I said, "Man, I'm just tired of people talking about Texas." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Texas is great. Texas, you know, Guy Clark." And I said, "Yeah, but, you know, I always say, somebody comes in and says, 'Did y'all see the sky tonight? It was beautiful.' And the Montana songwriter, the Big Sky Country songwriter will go, 'It was pretty nice,' you know." Or if somebody will come in, "I went to Red Lobster and man, that shrimp and the songwriter from Maine, like, 'Oh, good for you, man. That's all right.'" But people could just say one little thing about any little thing, and the songwriter from Texas will go, "Well, you know, the way we do it in Texas is," and so I just got tired, and I said, "Peter, I got this idea for a song. If Texas is so great, what are you doing here?" And Peter's like, "You meet me tomorrow at my office, and we're gonna write this song." I said, "Well, I got a couple." He goes, "We're gonna do it." And so I got Emmylou in there, and if Texas is so great, what are you doing here? I'll tell you who loves that song. People from Oklahoma love that song, and but you know who likes it? Texas people. Guess why? Because you're talking about Texas. And let me tell you what, that the happiest people I know live in Texas, and the most pitiful people I know are Texans that don't live in Texas. They're stuck somewhere else, and all they can think about is the Lone Star State. So that's all right. Anyway, it's a hateful song, but I got sad, slow, sad, pitiful, and I try to balance it out with the hateful, just to, so we do that.